this administration, and let's call it, Obama 3. I know people are going to, look, folks, just because I wear a tinfoil hat doesn't mean I'm a conspiracy theorist. I just want you to know that. But
we should put tinfoil hats in our merch store. Just side note. Sorry. Keep going.
That's okay. That's okay. Because anybody who looks at Joe Biden, I defy you. Look at Joe Biden. Do you really think this guy's making any decisions?
Not a chance.
Really, not a
chance.
So maybe it's not Obama, but you sure the hell know it's not him. But in any event, the one decision that this administration has now made is to remove, at Arlington National Cemetery, they are removing the Confederate statue that's been there for, 109 years or something. Now, as we go as we go to, on the show here, right? A federal judge has issued a stay and is forbidding them for now for removing the statue. But they remove the statue because it's Confederacy and it's bad. And again, they go back to the slavery thing, right? And what they don't understand, or maybe they do, that statue was put there as part of the unification of the South and the North as part of the reconciliation post-Civil War. So what they're really saying, much like War on Catholics, is basically they're flipping the bird to all the southern states. They're renaming all the forts. Fort Bragg is now, or Fort Benning is now something else, right? I forget.
Fort Hood in Texas, the largest military base in the country.
Because the Confederacy was bad. And look, there are those who would argue that the Union did some bad things too, right? I'm not here, but you're either one country or you're not. Right? So, to me, it's those symbolisms that they're trying to rewrite history again.
Yeah.
What say you?
It is, you must have been to Arlington Cemetery, I'm assuming,
many
right,
times.
Robert?
Many times.
It is one of the most emotional experiences I've ever had.
Absolutely.
Going to Arlington Cemetery, where you see all of the headstones and you watch the tradition of the changing of the guard for the tomb of the unknown soldier. Oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional talking about it.
Sure.
It is like realizing that all of those people that are buried there are there because they defended our country, they fought for us, they died for us. All this stuff. And the idea that, like, removing a statue somehow cleanses our history or, like, cleanses us of the true cost of the freedom that we enjoy today, it's just nonsense. It doesn't do anyone any good. It doesn't make it better. It doesn't fix history.
Well, but it does. Here's where I disagree with you. I think they well know the power of symbolism, and they're trying to rewrite the past. And they're not removing this statue to rewrite the past. They've already rewritten the past, and they're moving this statue because this statue contradicts their version of the past.
It's evidence.
Right? It's evidence. So here's, by the way, what they say. The reason they're removing the statue is it is a nostalgic, mythological vision of the Confederacy, including highly sanitized depictions of slavery. That is
what?
That is the military's reason and rationale for removing this. So symbolism is important. Symbolism evokes emotion. Symbolisms evoke, a camaraderie, or it's all about symbolism. But they're not removing it to erase the past. They've already erased the past. They're removing it because it's evidence of what the past really was that contradicts the narrative and the crap that they're selling everybody. To me, that's the difference.
Would they get rid of the Holocaust Museum? Would they get rid of all of these things that are meant to be reminders?
Of course they would.
That's what I'm saying. Like, some of this stuff is meant to be reminders so that we don't relive and redo the same mistakes we did in the past. Why?
But Ericka, today's lens of power is seen through only one lens, and we talked about it last show.
Yeah.
Oppression or oppressor and the oppressed. The
Yep.
Jews, the reason all this anti-Semitism allegedly is, and we'll talk about it in the third segment, is because Jews are oppressors. People with money are oppressors. White people are oppressors. Christian nationalists are oppressors. Who do they oppress?
Yes.
They oppress people of color, right? They oppress black
Yes.
people, brown people, yellow people. I mean, pick your color. Red people.
Yep.
Pick a color that's not white. They're oppressed by the white
That's
people.
it.
Right?
Yep.
So, that's why they're doing this. And again, going back to symbols, did you see what's going on in Minnesota?
No.
Oh, come on.
What?
So
What
Minnesota.
what is the Witless Whitmer doing now? Or no, wait, no, she's Michigan.
She's
Oh, no.
Michigan. She's Michigan.
JB Pritzker? Wait, who's
No,
the
he's
mayor?
Chicago.
Who's
He's-
the governor?
I don't even know.
Okay. I'm mixing it up. Go.
So Minnesota is now redoing their state flag, and I want Lord Benjamin to put up the current state flag of Minnesota. Now, yeah, me saying
Minnesota.
Michigan, right?
I know. I'm sorry. I messed y'all up. I'm sorry.
And it's a you always do. It's a deep blue field with a circle with a picture of slavery and Indians. It's
What?
sort of what got us here. No, it's not. They're finding it offensive. So what they've now proposed, they appointed a commission, and they proposed a flag that looks remarkably like the Somali Puntland of Somalia flag, right? And I don't know if you guys can see this, but we're going to have Lord Benjamin put it up. Here's the picture, right? Here's the picture. The two flags on the bottom. One is of Somalia, of Puntland correctly, and by the way, Minnesota, it has the largest
population.
Somali population in the world outside of Somalia, right? And their congresswoman is who?
That is Ilhan Omar.
Right. Who came from Puntland in Somalia. And now the commission in Minnesota is trashing the old flag because it's racist. Right, and the one flag, it has to be voted on. It may still be rejected, but the commission, it's the SBC or whatever it is, just came out with a flag that looks remarkably like Puntland's flag in Somalia.
Okay, so
it's all about symbolism.
Let me get this straight. The state with the largest Somali population, who actually is instituting Sharia law in parts of the state, and has Minneapolis has the Muslim mayor, and like they're doing all this stuff there. So the state is now basically
rising crime. Right.
Oh,
well,
good God.
Again, it's symbolism, right? It is the power of symbolism. And again, folks, understand they're not changing the symbols to try to rewrite history. They've already rewritten history. They're doing it in your textbooks. They're doing it, what was it, a couple shows ago, we saw the NSA came out with this new definition, this new manual of all these woke definitions of everything. Right?
Yes.
I mean, blows my mind. So they've already rewritten history. Now they're just changing the symbols to do it. And the other thing that blows me away, you now have the government, you have senators, and it's being proposed in the military because they're so under quota, and because we are being invaded by millions. They want illegal immigrants to serve in the military as a way of gaining citizenship, and thereby we will, have sufficient military to fight. Now, think about that for a second. What comes to mind when I say that? Besides the laughter. No, this is important. So one of the proposals to meet the military's need is to have people who are illegal immigrants who broke the law to come here serve in the military. But it goes deeper than that. I want your thoughts.
Okay.
I want your thoughts.
I am beside myself. I am rarely speechless, Robert. You know this. You know how mouthy and loud I am, okay? But the idea that in order to fix the military quota, we should allow illegal immigrants who their job will then be to defend the Constitution, which they violated to get here, which they have no reason to
Ding, 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 ding. Give that woman a cigar. By the way, I happen to have with me. So if you enlist in the military, here is the oath of office that you're supposed to take.
Wait.
But
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just like, this is
What?
all like landing in layers. Think about it. They're not
Right.
even doing a good job of vetting the people that they're letting into our country. So you're going to have a bunch of, you're going to arm and train a bunch of foreigners. Oh,
right.
good God.
Now you're going down the rabbit hole that I'm already down, right? And by the way, where's my tinfoil hat? So here's your oath of office.
Okay.
I, blank, Robert Chernin, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, even though you're going to have now foreign people serving in there, right? And that I
Right.
will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulation of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, so help me God. So there's two issues. First of all, so you can have God in there, but you can't have God in the classroom. You can't have God anywhere else. But you can swear an oath to God to support, listen to the president. But think of it this way. You are going to have, if this proposal goes forward, and if the Democrats win again, I'm sure it will, that you're going to have people who, not only broke the law to come here, but they're going to put their life on the line to defend a country and a constitution and a document when they have no grounding in what it means. They have no background into how special America is because of the Constitution and the separation of powers and American exceptionalism. They have no vested interest in protecting this country other than, hey, it's a job, I get food, I get paid, and I'm going to get citizenship. But there's one more thing here, which you just touched on before. Not only do they not have grounding in what makes America exceptional or special or Constitution, and they certainly didn't know who the first president was, and they didn't know who Babe Ruth was, which used to be the old citizen test, if you remember, from back in the day. But you're now going to have foreign mercenaries, essentially, serving in the U.S. military who will have no allegiance to the people, but will have allegiance to the government. Because the government, and that's the other thing people are missing here. So you're going to have, because don't forget, we have the drag queen Navy recruiter. They are now drug testing a lot of the special forces that if you're taking performance enhancing drugs, they're kicking you out because God forbid they don't want you in there. And let's connect the dots, right? Because you may be loyal to the people and you may not be loyal to the government.
Yeah,
right?
they've already gotten rid of all the conscious objectors.
Right. And then that was the Inspector General's Department of Defense report that I quoted earlier that cites all this extremism that they're trying to pull out of the military. Most of it is religious extremism, or let's get a new word in there. It's patriot extremism, right? If you are a patriot, if you are a faith-based Catholic, right?
Yeah.
You are an enemy of the state, and you are a threat to the state. So all of this connects together.
Yep.
And folks, it's what I said in the monologue. It's so obvious this is a time for choosing. And if you don't choose, you just made a choice.